the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. God, I've been slacking at filming content. Well, anything good that has to do with audio. And as you can tell, I'm at Main Street window tinting. Got a project for today. Dustin has really let this shop go. I guess he's been busy because this thing is dirty. Dirty. Definitely needs cleaned. But other than that, he ain't here. I'm just kind of like looking in here. Our port's still over there. That 10-inch arrow port. It's still sitting over there. He got the refrigerator out of here, though, that was just blocking that whole corner. It's gone, so...
He's done some work.
He's had some things go change in here, obviously. But anyway, today, we got the Rogue in here. I'm not doing a whole lot today, but I am doing some stuff today. And what I plan on doing to this is, I brought all the wiring that was out of our Ford Edge when I ripped the system out. I do have an alternator for this car. I'm not putting that on right now though, because that alternator has a 16-volt regulator in it. So I can't put it in right now. One, because I didn't bring the C-Max for this car. I just want to focus on getting the power and ground wire ran from under the hood to the back. And I want to focus on getting the RCA cables and everything, remote wire and all that ran all the way through this car. So that's what I'm doing today. I believe Dustin's supposed to come by at some point, and old buddy Billy might show up. So, yeah. And then I believe tomorrow, old Nolan might come down. Now, a lot of y'all, if you watch the videos, you remember Nolan. He's the one that's making the fried rice subs and Bruce Lee and duck sauce amps and everything. So I should have a good Basshead weekend. And if everything goes right today, we might actually come back tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know yet. And try to put the alternator and C-Max in this thing. I don't know yet. Because I'm putting the DB drive system in here, but I still have to build an enclosure for this car for them 15s. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work, guys. So I got the battery out, trying to get this air box out, but all this stuff here has to come forward for this thing, because you can tell I got it loose, it just won't come out. So that's kind of where I'm at. I had to pull the battery. This tray is nasty, guys. I don't like battery acid. All right, looks like I got a couple of bolts here to pull to move it forward. I'll be back. I got to go dump this. All right, amigos. So, got the battery out. Got that big-ass air box out the way. It's going to be a bitch to put back in because it barely goes in, and there's a tab that goes underneath there that screws it down. That plugs into that thing. But I got the wiring in there, which was my goal. How thin? How thin? That might be 4 gauge. Yeah. Definitely need a big 3. But I'm laying in bird shit while I'm trying to do all this on that side. Gonna get all over my Bassaholic shirt. Now I do have some big 3 wires, and JS gave me a big 3 kit to install when I put the alternator on. But as you can see, it's going to need definitely some big 3 work. No problem. We got it. The wife is in here doing a little detail work while I'm doing all that. And this is my bin of wire. 4-aught OFC welding cable. I don't even know why it was in this bin, but look at that. That's a good sized piece of 2-aught welding cable there. And then I got a big piece of T-spec 0 gauge. If I'm not mistaken, This is OFC also. Let's see here. Yes, OFC. Yeah, automotive marine grade. And then I got a bunch of wires over here now. A lot of these are them big 4-aught wires that I had used when I had the Vital Power and the Edge. And then a lot like this was for the 2 5Ks. So all this is OFC. Like this big ass piece of 4-aught here. Yeah. Now I think this here, this wire, it's all sleeved. I think that's CCA. It feels like CCA because it's super lightweight. But a lot of this wire, like, there's a big ass piece there. That's what I used in Janger. I don't even know what that was for, but it's in here. And there's a lot of wires in here that are the welding cable, like this one. This undoubtedly was part of what I used for Big 3 on the other car, and like that. So we got the wire, guys. We definitely got the wire. But anyway, today, like I said, my goal was, since the battery's on this side and I got the cable coming down this side here, it's got to go into this hatch area. And underneath here is a cubby hole where I hopefully can put the battery. So that'll be power on that side. On this side over here, I got to get all this stuff out and run RCA cables from the front end dash all the way to the back. Now, I bought a bunch of these. They are 12 footers. I got my spool of remote turn on wire. But then, a guy, I guess he views my channel, or he's watched a couple of my videos, and he lives pretty close to me. He offered to give me this, which is awesome because it's the Sky High Car Audio 4-channel RCA that's like 18 foot long. This is great because I'm going to put that in here. And the way I'm doing this, I don't know if I'm going to use that many channels or not, but it's always nice to have an extra. So, essentially, everything should be great. Now, I'll have the RCA's, remote turn on, and a couple other wires run down that side. Definitely a positive and ground for a voltmeter. So, yeah, I got to get to work. But I got to tear everything out of the back of this car, get down and access that cubby, which I might just have Deb do that because she likes to take stuff apart. But, yeah, anyway. And that bin was heavy as shit. So, yeah. Anyway. That's what I got going this morning. Dustin's supposed to come up here at some point. But I think he said he had a building to tint this morning. So, Deb washed her battery tray that had all the acid in it. She went out back and did that. So, anyway, the car's sitting here right now with no battery in it, and I need to start putting that stuff back together so I can address them RCAs. This is going a little quicker than I thought it would, but then again, I still only have the power and ground from under the hood through the firewall. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret that I found out the hard way myself. Some of you are like, why do you need a ground running from under the hood to the back when you can just use the chassis ground? I've been there and done that. When I first built Janger, I had like a couple grounds under the hood from the alternators to the frame, well, unibody, and then from the battery bank in the back to the seatbelt bolts, which was some of the thickest material in there. Everything was sanded down and clean, you know. But when I put 2 runs of 2-aught welding cable from the alternators to the battery bank and back, I instantly noticed that the recovery time to get voltage back in the bank had like cut in half. So I'm a firm believer that if you can afford it, which this wire is all recycled out of the edge anyway. When you run your positive from under the hood alternator or whatever, when you run it from there through the car to the back, throw a ground with it. It's only going to help your battery recover quicker. Especially in all these newer cars that don't have a damn frame. Like now, I think you have to buy a truck, and there's only a few trucks probably that actually have a frame under them. Everything else is unibody. So, yeah, definitely, if you got the wire, even if you had to use 2 runs of CCA from the front back, whatever, it's just going to help you. But anyway, guys, I got to get this shit up here put back together. And this... it's gonna be a monster to get back in there. But right now, I kind of need to get them wires that I just laid in here somewhere out the damn way so I can get this in. I'll be back. All right, I got that box back in and hooked up. That bracket down there, it was a bitch to get in and actually to get the boat started in it. But I did it. So now I just got to get this thing like there in place and lined up, and put them 4 bolts back in, and put the battery back in here. We should be good. And, you know, over here, what I'm looking at currently, I got to find a place up here somewhere to mount a damn fuse holder. Honestly, I think it would probably do good right there. Let me see. Well, he's got some laying up here. Yeah, oh, there's one. I mean... you know, it's just an air box, and that looks like it would work really, really well. Nice and flat. Have the input on the bottom there, out on top. And what I like to do on cars like this, it's got a top post battery. I'll probably get some nice top post lugs, or yeah, battery terminals to put on it, and run all the wires to that. And at this point, I don't know what to do. I always usually leave the battery in the car, but with this having a 16-volt alternator going on it, I really can't. But I'd like to just leave that in here with the negative terminal unhooked. But it looks like I'm gonna have to take all this shit here, whatever the hell this is, and just make a little battery box to put under the hood. Either way, guys, I'll get it. Yeah, it's a weird little motor. But look at all the places that we have here for like some big 3 wiring. That's just awesome. Strut, that's going to be, you know, that's a motor mount bolt, but that's good thick steel. You could actually drill this out right here. You get underneath it with a nut, part of your big 3. But it is what it is, guys. Yeah, I would actually like to come across there to one of these boats down here with a negative terminal. That would just, in general, overall help. But, yeah, I ain't even really got shit done. The dreadful part, and it's not going to be bad. Deb lost a lighter, but it's going to be running all of that through the car. I think Deb's already tearing the back apart. Yeah, she's getting shit out of there, guys. Let's look at her in her natural habitat of tearing shit apart. Yeah, we'll just sneak in. Just sneak in and watch. Be careful, guys. Be careful. I like watching her work. But yeah, she's getting all this. And I've never really seen under there. Holy shit, we got a spare tire in there. Oh, look at that subwoofer. Factory subwoofer, guys. Now, I have used this little cubby here before. Too bad that won't stay there. Actually, I bet I could fit them 2 5Ks in this damn thing. Yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can fit the 2 5Ks in there, because that would be awesome. I mean, I know the box is going to take up the majority of back here, but it would just be awesome to have the 5Ks in that. What sucks about doing a base car like this, though, Bose, is you got to lose the spare tire. That always sucks. And we bought the car used, like, so we have no idea what the hell, where that even went back here. Yeah, no friggin' clue. Apparently something went over here though.
That might be it.
But anyway, I'm gonna get back to work and I'm gonna help Deb here. We got everything back together. Shortened up the positive wire a little bit. If I put the fuse holder here, I also have an option to put it there. And this reaches fine. I haven't hooked the ground up yet because I'll be working with the doors open, running the wires. And I got this ground cable. It might be a little long, but it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I gotta probably trim some off anyway to put a lug or whatever on it. I hate the battery terminals. I think Dustin might have one laying over here somewhere if I am not mistaken. Let's look in here. Okay, so these are the style that I really like. I mean, it's still custom, so that little chrome finish is going to flake off in a month or two, but I do like this style versus the ones that have a hole with a set screw that you just cram the wire down in. Damn, Dustin's got quite a few of these, so I might just see if my old homeboy will let me commandeer this old set here for this particular car. It'll just make life a lot easier. What I can do a couple times a year when I'm at home on a weekend working out back, I can have Deb pull up and I'll pop the hood and hook a battery charger up and keep this battery charged for an emergency only. Like that way, even though the alternator put out 16 volt, if something would happen to the battery in the back, you could come out, tap the terminal on, start the car, pull it off before it had a chance to screw this battery up. But what I would need is to actually have the positive battery terminal like that over there, here with all the wires going to it, and the negative hanging just over here, and use all them terminals on it with the bolt as a distribution block hanging to the side. Would it be in ground, it wouldn't matter if it touched here or back here, which I would zip tie it in place, but still, that's how I did the edge and it worked great. And then when we got rid of the car, I pulled the C-Max out, the diodes off the alternator, put the charging system back to normal, hooked that up, and it was like good to go for trade-in. Anyway, with all that being said, I need to put this charge pipe here and get to work on that in there. All right, guys, so got the wire all ran down through here, and I'm telling you, it was a tight fit all the way down through here with them power wires. Not gonna lie to you, you're too good people. But there we go. And vote meter, baby. So we got all that ran. That's a good deal. That side's all put back together. As you can see, all the wires are ran in how it should be. And I'm not gonna lie and say it was easy, but it wasn't terrible. So now I gotta do the same thing on this side, and I had some trouble at this point right here, but I found out the seat pops out really easy, and you can move the wire away from this kind of over to where this trim panel will go right back on. These come off pretty easy. So I did unbolt the seat on that side, but come to find out, it was just to get some money from out from under it, and so Deb could vacuum. But because there's dog hair, like look at all this shit.
I recommend these covers for your doors though.
We got two big ass German Shepherds, as you guys that watch the channel know. So they ride in this vehicle all the time, so there's gonna be a lot of dog hair in there.
I'll try to vacuum it before we go.
But what I've got done so far is the part that's the biggest bitch. It's bad enough running one run of like 1-aught car audio wire, 2-aught welding cable through a car, and getting all the carpet tucked back nice and neat with the trim and everything. But 2 runs was even worse. And then I was like, oh shit, I need to run another positive and ground for voltmeter, which I ain't got a voltmeter for this car yet, but I will get one. I just got to research and find what I can two-way tape somewhere on the dash that is easily removable when we trade the car in. We don't plan on keeping this car forever. So anyway, got that done. I want to thank you guys for watching my videos and all that shit. And remember, guys, if you see me at a show, I don't care what brand you run. I'm just a bass head. I like all bass, so give me a demo. Bam, give me a demo. And it'll be a lot better at Slam if we do take this, or if you see me at a show where I don't have Janger. Because when I do have Janger, I just give so many demos, and then I got to stop, let stuff cool down, let the bank charge back up. And it's hard to get away from the vehicle to get demos from people. I found that out at Ruckus because every time I turned my shit on, I had a line of people that were just like, demo. So anyway, whole point is, I don't give a shit what brands you run. I don't look at you no different than the guy that has to buy the most expensive brands out there, because we just all bass heads, guys. Ain't a pissing contest with me. But anyway, take a quick break. We're going to knock out these RCA cables. And hopefully in a month or two, we'll have this little car beaten. All right, everyone. So I do love one thing about this Nissan. You can take this cover off each side, which that's where we had the USB for the radio. It just kind of sit up there. Got two USBs plugged into it. Don't know why. But anyway, bring the RCAs from under the carpet, like here, over, up. I got enough slack here. I'll show you. Like, look how high that goes. But the cool thing is, for now, until we're ready, it tucks in this big ass cubby. I got the other RCA, which is for bass knob. Since it's on driver's side, I ran it straight through, come out the other side, and it's literally like coming out under here where the bass knob will be. So it just makes things a lot easier, honestly. But for now, I'll tuck these in here until I'm ready to pull the radio out. There's a big pocket back here too, because I have a micro amp that is going to be up there. And now that I'm looking here, I might just Velcro it to the carpet right here because it's so small. Same amp that I used to build my RCA distribution block. It's a little X4 from DS18. Hit 2 ohm per channel. It's like 100 by 4. Normal, it's like 70 by 4. But anyway, what I'm gonna do with that amp, I got tweeters for here. So I'm gonna run 2 channels, 1, 2 for them tweeters. I'm gonna bridge channel 3 and 4 for an aftermarket speaker to go here where the center channel goes. But it's gonna work nice because RCA's in the head unit straight down to there. Makes life so easy. And then I only have 1 bigger amp in the back to power these. Now this has a 6x9 in the door, and I do have adapters and a set of Audio Ace 6.5s. Drop a comment down there and tell me if I should use the Audio Ace 6.5s that John sent me like a year ago to put in the doors with the adapters that I already have, or should I just buy a nice set of DS18 6x9s, bolt right back in there? I've been eyeballing some of these really nice coaxial where the tweeter is actually sunk all the way down in the center. 6x9s from DS18. And I'm torn on that because I could go either route. One route's going to cost me money. The other route, I already have the product. So anyway, I did screw up today, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you. I did. But I think either way I looked at it, I would have screwed up. What I forgot to run was speaker wire. I literally needed to run speaker wire from somewhere back here up each side that will go into these front doors. Because, of course, I'm going to have an amp on these front doors, so I really screwed up. But I don't think I have enough. I mean, I've had a spool, like a 250-foot spool forever. And I think I don't have enough, I don't think. It'd be cutting it close, but either way you look at it, I did forget it. Whether it would have fit or not, I still forgot it. But anyway, I don't have a lot of time left. I don't even know if I might have been filming the ceiling, hell. I don't have a lot of time left on this for today. It's been like a pretty easy job. I'm going slow, steady, filming for you guys, trying to make sure I do everything right and plan it out as I go. But, you know, when you move the seat up, this panel comes right out so you can still continue to tuck all the way down the carpet. And then pop the seat up here, that way you can get under the carpet and behind all this straight to the back. I don't think it's going to be a terrible job. Come to find out, I have so much positive wire that should fit the positive of the C-Max. That should go right to the negative. It don't matter. I need to put a fuse back here somewhere. So it is what it is, guys. Which that'll lengthen the cable, you know, if I do put a fuse on it. But either way, I think the C-Max will fit in here nicely. Yeah, the door just shut on its own. And then I still have to measure a piece of wood to kind of sit in here for the bottom of the enclosure, unless, I don't know if that thing will support the enclosure or not. I might do that, see if that'll support the enclosure, because I would really like to have the battery under here, enclosure there, and in that little flap thing here, put the 5Ks in there. Only problem is they're going to get hot in there, so I would have to which I do have some big ass computer fans where I could cut a hole in the bottom and have a big fan underneath each amp. This is going to recycle the air out of this thing. I don't know yet, guys. I mean, that's a cool looking little tray. More than likely though, I won't be able to use it at all. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to have a box come to here, probably 5Ks mounted right here, just like we was in the edge. Problem, I'm going to do a rear port down at the bottom, which would blow air on the amps, help keep them cool, but it's going to be a lot. And another thing is, if you look down the side here, this tapers in so much at the bottom. This is a lot narrower than this. So when I build a box, I literally got to shove it in this away, long ways, all the way up there, turn it, and then slide it back in between these wheel wells. Not really a problem, I don't think, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to try to finish this shit up, guys. This is what I was saying about this seat be lifting up. You can just fish everything along here, right under the carpet, lay it down. There's even a little notch here that it lays in perfect. Pull the seat down, make sure you got that. And then there we go, get it back in place, and it clips right back in. And theoretically, another thing I've come to find out on these Nissans, you see I got the remote wire there, but it's got a little hook to hold your carpet over.
It hooks for everything. And
everything comes apart pretty easy. We got this whole thing here out, but you can see I got remote turn on wire that will come. You never know how much remote wire you gotta need, guys. We got them 18 footers. And there's plenty of slack up front to go to the radio. And we're that far out the car. And then that's the ones right here for the bass knob. But I do have a cock box, so the cock box will probably mount to the back of the enclosure, and 2 shorter RCAs will run around or under somewhere, so it's all good. And like I said, I got my plenty of voltmeter wire here. It's got to go through a relay anyway, so it's golden. So at this point, I just got to put the B-pillar trim back in I already got the front buttoned up. No, I don't. I lied. I got part of the front buttoned up. Hold on, man. Hold on.
It's gotta go behind the seat though.
We got this that we got to get out still. We got a pin we got to get out.
Oh.
So I'm going to get off here and help Deb with this. And, yeah, we'll button this shit up and pretty much be done for the day. Didn't take too long. Oh, yeah, I need to... See, I wasn't nowhere near buttoned up. There we go. I like that shit for real. Nissan, not bad to put a system in. And everything's still going to look nice and factory up front. Business in the front. We're going to have party in the back when it's done. We got everything back together, guys. And, I mean, it's so... Can't see nothing. Which, that's the easy side, because that's where the RCAs and remote turn on are. But, looks factory. The main side is the one with the big ass wires, which they kind of, you know, I mean, everything's hidden. And I like the fact that them panels there pop off and go straight through. Yeah, like everything's just nice and clean. We found that under the spare tire. That's the front license plate mount.
But it doesn't have anyone.
But luckily we live in a state like South Carolina where we don't have a front license plate. Hated living in Missouri because cars look so much cleaner without a front tag. And they were always pulling me over like, you ain't got a front tag. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do now. Dustin still ain't showed up because he had some tent jobs to do for a car lot. And he ain't made it back. Billy never got back a hold of me.
Everything tightened under there?
Yeah, everything under here's good, babe. So, I got content for you guys today. Tomorrow, Nolan should be here. More content with Nolan. Just doing Basshead Sunday shit. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what time it is, but it's still early.
1.
It's 1 o'clock, guys. Shit, that only took me a couple hours to do.
We could go on a walk with the dogs.
She wants to go on a walk with the dogs again. God, that 3-mile walk last weekend about killed me. Didn't about kill me, but like we went on that walk after I got home. I sit down for like 30 minutes. I had to get up and go pee. And my feet weighed like, it felt like they weighed 100 pounds apiece for a while. Yeah. It just lets me know I'm kind of out of shape, but yeah, that's what we'll probably do. We'll probably just go on a walk here in a little bit. More exercise, guys, but anyway, in just a few minutes, it'll be Sunday with Nolan. So, peace for now. Happy Sunday, guys. So, we're up here, and today we actually brought this. Because Nolan's here. Y'all remember Nolan. I am assured. So, Nolan got a new look going on today.
Leon the professional.
Yeah, he brought Coors Light with him today. Duck, you ain't seen Duck in a hot fucking minute.
Been busy, man. Been busy. Had a lot going on.
Right. And then we got Julian. Test rig. Nolan brought a couple 4-channel amps today. We're going to see. Before we can really test, we got to see what I can fit in that area. Which, there ain't a lot there. Okay, he brought one that looks really friggin' cool. And I'd like to put it there. We got to test see if it'll run at 16 volt. Damn, we got Bryson up in this bitch. I ain't seen Bryson since I was working here. It's been a hot minute. What's up, bro? What's up? So yeah, we got some people up here for Basshead Sunday. So first and foremost, I need to unhook these 3 wires from this amp. Hook to the other amp just to test it. So Mr. Professional Nolan knows that yeah, it'll run 16 volt or it won't. And then we just gotta try something in here with the old fried rice. They still feel good. Huh. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do something. Deb got the curly hair today.
Stop it!
All right, so we got this one hooked up. It did not protect at 16 volt. I tried that one and it did not protect at 16 volt. I'm gonna try to put this one in if my speaker wires will reach down to here and see what it do. The bad part is Nolan can't remember what this does RMS per channel at 4 ohm or that one. I assume that one might do a little more because it's got 4 gauge inputs. This has 8, which I think this thing here, no, it's got 4 also. Yeah, but we'll be back when we figure something out in here. So I put this amp in just because the orange board and caps look great with them. But the problem is, I did test it. It does fine at 16 volt. But as soon as I plug my RCAs in, it protects. I can unplug the RCAs. I got green lights galore. It's golden, ready to go. As soon as we hook the RCAs up, it protects. I can unhook the speaker wires, no change. As soon as we plug the RCAs back in, cycle it, it goes to protect immediately. I went in my head unit. I turned the loudness off. I went into my gain setting for the outputs and put it on low power even. No change. Actually, with the RCA setting on low power, it protected quicker than it did when it was on high power. So that one is a fail. But it's kind of fun doing stuff like this. I'm not gonna lie. It just, you know, testing different products and everything. So I guess we're gonna try a Golden Dragon. We're gonna try the one labeled as the Golden Dragon. So let's swap out amps. I'll be back.
I'm out of air. I'm living my nightmare. It is a monster.
So that wasn't terrible. No. That wasn't terrible. And it sounds like he... Oh no, it's his other speakers in there playing. I was like, I thought he's trying that little amp out that I just took out of here. So, this little lamp here is doing all right. I'd imagine it's rated at 100 by 4. It got a little bit warm, but I've been playing it for quite a while. I just had to put it on that last song because it's copyright free. But it wasn't bad. These little speakers, I think they can still take more. For the mid, the 2 channels that are running my mid, because them had tweeters in the center. I got the gain all the way up for the mids. And the gain is not quite all the way up, but damn near for the tweeters. So, but we are all the way up on the mids. So it still ain't a super powerful amp. I don't even know what happened to my old VFL here. I mean, it's about as powerful as this thing, which it's rated at 250 by 4, but ain't no way. On its best day, it ain't doing 250 by 4. So, anyway, I don't want to get copyrighted for what Nolan's out there playing in his car, so we gotta take a break and come back. So I thought that I did hurt a sub in here like a little over a week ago. It's still been beating pretty hard. And we got a dead coil on it because the center one, and how we figured out, it was moving a little different than the other two. Now, you know, I got like this coil run to 1 amp, that coil, you know, the way I split the ohm load up. But come to find out, we had a bad coil. Like one coil was nothing. But if you listen, yeah, it's rubbing. So we're putting another one in here. So it means I got to go easy on it for a week or so. Well, no more than I've been driving this. Got to go easy on it for a little while before I can start hammering it again. But these things, I'm really impressed with these 3000.1s. For the price on them, they're stupid. I know there's a lot of people that's like, oh, you can get them cheaper if you order them Alibaba. But then by the time you pay import and all that shit, you know, whatever. But anyway, I did clamp like 4,700 out of one of these on music. But that's beside the point. The point is, I did have a sub go bad, but I got a lot of power for these. So it is what it is, guys. It got replaced and I'm putting it back in. So I'll be back. So we're back in business. Everything's playing good. Got new sub in. I ain't turned it up, but I was giving it a little bit just to make sure everything's moving properly in there. And we got that Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. I don't drink anything other than water at home anymore, so that's a treat for me. And my coffee. Coffee's a treat. Wire is a little messy testing the Golden Dragon, but this is all test equipment, guys, so. Like Nolan trying to talk me into putting different amps in here on the subs, but right now it's just all test. So, okay, he got some duck sauce amps that are probably more beast than these. Like he's done some testing on these himself.
Oh yeah, they look good.
It is a really good looking amp.
There we go. Still got the sticker on.
But yeah.
I've been beating it hard.
And this is the one that has the really pretty red board in it. But it's labeled as a 2700.1. But in reality, it's probably a 4K or better.
Oh, no, yeah.
And then he's got another amp over there that I don't even know what he's going to try to charge me on this bad boy. But it's called a Janger Rang.
Oh, yeah, where is that?
It's down there in one of them boxes. But we're going to get it out and show it to you. Soy sauce. Extra sodium. So here we have the Janger Rang. And it is just kind of dope with all the gold plated terminal. It's called a Janger Rang Ninja because he said that when he was dealing with him on the phone in China, they couldn't say the L word, the L, so they called it Janger Rang, and he's like, oh, let's put it on the amp. But anyway, it's the Ninja. We got the little Ninja.
Proper pronunciation from the people who know.
All gold plated here. And here is a feature that he said this was kind of the more expensive, higher end out of all the amps because it's all digital for sound quality. But look at what they did. Which, big wire in there. Tons of MOSFETs. I like the way the back's open, but huge caps. But this, it comes with a fan. It's mounted outside of the case with a plug. But the amp actually comes with thick standoffs to mount it so it'll properly cool. At this point, I like it. Yeah, look at these. So,
Two different sizes.
so it comes with, multiple. Well, I don't know if that would clear them bolts. Oh, yeah, because you got to stack a short one and a thick one together. And it comes with longer screws for your mounting option, which that would be, they're kind of hard rubber, but your vibration absorption is just, I'm one-handed here, guys. Deb's over there got the book.
3,500 watts.
So it's rated at 3,500, and it's probably going to be like, that damn coil in there is big with a lot of windings on it. We need to do a gut shot. We got to open this thing up. Hold on. Holy crap, guys. So look at this. The 3 big coils. There is 14 of these big ass caps in this thing. It's a thin board, but it's a 2-piece board to separate the power supply, the input power supply from the output section. But my God.
Even run 4 gauge.
Yeah, the internal speaker wires are OFC 4 gauge.
I like the insides.
So, wow.
Look how little these are. This is.
Yeah, all them itty bitty caps.
Cap.
This is crazy looking.
That's where that
The individual cards, like it's pretty wild.
That's why that fan's there. Keep all them caps cool.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot of. I guess this is input. That's where that comes in. But then power supply, I don't know. But man, this is just wild looking.
Party, party.
What is it? 47?
And they got the fan like right here, so.
That's 65,800 capacity.
So at some point, I'm gonna have to put this in something just to test.
They are good up
Just
to
to test, but
105.
I like how they got this little logo and everything cut in there. It's a wild looking little lamp, but this, he said, was the most expensive one out of all of them. And it's not the highest power, but it's definitely a sound quality style amp for subwoofer. And then this is not the salt line. It's the extra sodium over here on the soy sauce. It's
They can handle 221.
Yeah, it's kind of
Fahrenheit.
crazy. All right, I'm gonna put this thing back together and box it back up. I kind of had to stand like this to keep the sun from from that. So anyway, in closing, I'm back at home. Nolan done headed back home because he lives a few hours away, like way up in North Carolina. Got the Golden Dragon 4 channel in there, and it sounds really good on the mids and highs. About as good as that 250 before. Maybe it'll even a little better. But I did turn it up, like the mid channel is like wide open all the way. No clipping, but it is wide open. And it's sounding good. The sub sound a whole lot better and louder now because I did have that bad sub in there. It took a coil, I lost one side of the coil. They had bottomed. Like, they bottomed hard one night. Or that one might have been the one. But anyway, I'm not blaming the sub because I got a lot of power on them. And I could have clipped the shit out of it. I could have. I ain't gonna say I didn't. I ain't gonna say I did. I don't think I did, but I could have. But that's just a subject for a whole nother video. Would be power. Because, I tell you guys all the time, I set my gains in Janger at volume like 32 with the bass knob wide open. It's the volume on the head unit. I demo at 28. When I was testing my 19 hertz, I can burp a 19 hertz at volume 28, 29, 30. But when I get to volume 31, I'll bottom. And it ain't because enclosure is wrong or anything else. It's just power. Raw power. But that's a whole different subject for another video. I'm just glad that I got you guys some good footage because it has been a while. And it was nice having a Basshead Sunday hanging out with Dustin and Nolan and everybody because I've missed hanging out with Dustin. Dustin's a great dude. Very good friend. So it was nice seeing Nolan and just doing some Basshead stuff. The weather's been beautiful this weekend. It was supposed to rain all weekend and it didn't. But the weather's been beautiful. It's been warm. What more could you ask for than doing some Basshead shit? I'm looking forward to getting the Rogue together. And I don't know how everything's going to go with the whole YouTube thing now. Because, like today, I didn't put DS18 product in that. I work for DS18. I'm not promoting any other brands at all. I'm just showing you what other brands are capable of. I'm not promoting in any way. But the Rogue, you know, it's going to have other than DS18 product in it. Probably going to put all DS18 mids and highs in it. That's the plan. But I have like $1,400 a piece subwoofers that I really can't get rid of. So, and it's not my car. It is not my car. That's the wife's car. But damn it, the sunlight's getting brutal. But anyway, guys, had to put a little disclaimer in there since I am working for DS18. I still plan on filming any brand, guys, that shows. If you want to give me a demo, I will film whatever the shit you run. I don't care. Because we're all on a different budget. All playing the same game that we love. We all do it for the love of bass, and that's what it's all about. Is run what the hell you can afford. And if it puts a smile on your face when you hear the subs drop, that's all that matters. That's a lot louder now with 3 good subs in it. So we were bumping the shit out of it on the way home. But anyway, guys, I got my Janger amp in the house. The little 4-channel VFL that was in there, I finally got it in the house. And I'm just accumulating a shit ton of amps. But anyway, until the next video, guys, peace out. And as always, bass on.